All right, so this video will go over what you need to do to complete your first assignment, the Tinkercad starter lessons. The learning target here is today we'll learn the basics of using Tinkercad so we're able to create original 3D designs. You guys are going to show this today by you'll get to do some tutorials that'll teach you how to do the basics of Tinkercad. So basically with 3D printing, when we print two-dimensional objects on paper, obviously we're just printing on paper. With 3D objects, we print them using things like plastic, metal, sometimes even human cells, where they're starting to be able to 3D print things like noses and different body parts. The reason that they're called 3D is they have 3 dimensions, a length, a width, and a height. We are going to be using a website that is called Tinkercad to create our designs. CAD stands for Computer Aided Design. Basically, those are just programs used to create, modify, analyze, and optimize different designs. So like when somebody has an idea for a new invention or a new product, they could use CAD software to design it to kind of test it out and see how it's going to work. These programs are very useful because they're faster than drawing by hand, and they use precise or exact measurements. And they also allow you to easily export your models. Like I said, they use precise measurements. So in Tinkercad, you can set it so that it will measure in inches or millimeters. I typically prefer millimeters because they're smaller, so they're more exact. We'll skip that part. So the way that 3D printing works, or the way Tinkercad works, is you'll use various 3D objects, different 3D shapes, and you'll put those together to create new designs. You will have to do something called group them together in order to make all of those different pieces into one solid piece. 3D design and printing can be used to create solutions and solve problems. So like if a tool or a part doesn't exist, you could actually use 3D CAD software to design a new tool or part and print it. At my old school, I had a 3D printer that could only use small spools of plastic, but I ordered a big spool on accident. So I actually had to design and 3D print an arm that came out of that 3D printer that could hold the bigger spool. And it worked pretty cool, so kind of cool. There's a lot of other uses for 3D printing. I'm not going to go over those now. If you're interested in this, you can check out the slideshow and check out this video on your own. So basically what you need to do for this assignment is you need to finish the 10 starter problems. A couple to really pay attention to. There's a lesson on aligning objects. Aligning objects is extremely important when you're doing 3D design, so pay attention to that. And then there's one on grouping objects, which allows you to combine the different pieces or shapes into a single new object. All right, most of you guys have already joined the Google Classroom, but if you need to do that, you should be able to go down in the Google Classroom and there's a link and that'll join the class in Tinkercad so that I can see your work. Once you click on that, you'll sign in with Google like we always do. All right, so here I'm just going to show you guys in real time how you would get in there. So I'm going to open up a new tab, go to the Mosley homepage. I will click on the 6 through 8 websites, and I'm just going to scroll down to the purple section and find Tinkercad. Here it is. When you get there, mine is automatically signed in, but for you guys, you'll click sign in with Google, and then you're in. To get to those lessons, you're just going to click on Learn, and it'll already have you at the starters. You can click See All Starters, and these are the 10 lessons that you need to complete in order to complete this assignment. So there you go.